In a green forest full of tall grass, hundreds of quails lived together like one big family. They flew together, they ate together, and they had one wise leader who always looked out for them. But danger was hiding nearby. A man who caught birds for money lived close to the forest. Every day the fowler listened carefully to the leader quail's call. The fowler practiced it until making the exact same sound. One morning the fowler hid in the grass and called out just like the leader. The quails heard the sound and thought their leader was calling them. They rushed together in a big crowd. Suddenly the fowler threw a heavy net over all of them. The fowler tied the net and carried the struggling quails to town, where the fowler sold them all for a good price. The leader quail stood at the edge of the flock and watched in silence. That night the leader quail gathered every quail close. The leader quail waited until every quail was watching before speaking. "Friends, this fowler is tricking us. Next time the fowler throws the net, every one of us must push our head through a hole in the net. Then we will fly together to the nearest thorn bush. We will leave the net stuck on the thorns and fly free. But we must work as one. If even one of us refuses, we all fall." The quails promised to follow the plan. The very next day, the fowler came again. The fowler called with the leader's voice. The quails rushed in. The net fell over them. But this time the quails did not panic. Every head pushed through a hole, wings flapped together, and the heavy net lifted high into the air. The quails flew straight to a big thorn bush and dropped the net there. Then the quails flew back to the leader, happy and proud. The fowler spent the whole evening pulling the net off the sharp thorns. The fowler went home with empty hands. This happened again the next day, and the day after that. The fowler's wife grew angry because there was no money. The fowler told her, "They are working together now, but the moment they start fighting among themselves, I will catch them all." For 3 days, unity kept every single quail alive. The fowler went home empty-handed every night. It seemed nothing could break them. Until one small accident changed everything. Not long after, one quail landed on the feeding ground and accidentally stepped on another quail's head. "Who stepped on me?" the second quail shouted angrily. "It was me, but I didn't mean to," the first one said softly. "Please don't be angry." But the second quail kept shouting mean words. Soon other quails took sides. The shouting grew louder. Old friendships broke in seconds. Everyone was angry. No one wanted to listen. That same afternoon, the fowler came back. The net fell. But this time, the quails were too busy fighting. "You lift the net," one side yelled. "No, you lift it first," the other side yelled back. The quails argued while the heavy net stayed on top of them. Not one side began to lift. The fowler smiled. The fowler calmly walked over, tied the net, and carried every single quail to town, where the fowler sold them all for a good price. That was the end of the flock that once lifted nets and flew free. That is the moment the fowler had been waiting for all along. Not for a stronger net, not for more men, just for this one small accident that nobody meant, and one choice to stay angry about it anyway. Small fights destroy big strength. The quails did not lose because the fowler got stronger. They lost because they chose to stay angry over one small accident. Think about the last argument that cost you something important. Was it really worth everything it took from you? The moment you fight each other, someone is always waiting with a net. The moment you turn against each other, your enemy stops needing to be strong. Have you ever lost something important because of a small fight that could have been forgiven? One sentence in the comments. Subscribe. A new story worth carrying with you arrives every day.